Episode 3568, Change the Time, Don't Change the Routines.
Moms, it's time to rediscover, rejuvenate, and renew who you are in mind, body, and spirit. Welcome to Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie, the show to help you do just that. Here's your host, certified life coach, personal trainer, and nutritionist, Christiane Wargo.
Happy day. It's Friday, and guess what? It's also the first day of November. Happy November. Happy 1st. Oh, yes. It's time to do a confession happy dance because you know what? Change the time, but don't change the routines. For those of you who are brand new to Create Your Now, welcome to this incredible family. I'm so delighted of your presence. If you already haven't had the opportunity, you want to head on over to createyournow.com where you can learn more and sign up for the K.I.S.S newsletter, the Keep It Simple strategy, everyday solutions to live, love, and impact. Well, this episode is brought to you by AIM, Inspiring Connection and Community. Okay, deep breath. Are you totally crashing from your sugar high from yesterday? Did you take your kids everywhere? You know it's confession day. Come on, be honest with yourself. Have you already eaten 2 pounds of chocolate? It's all right, me too. And I don't have any kids that I go trick-or-treating with. And no, I wasn't with my grandbaby, so I couldn't trick-or-treat with them. So I have no excuse. Oh yes, but we do have an excuse coming up. And it's something that I think we need to talk about because in life, right, things always happen. There's always change. Change is a constant. And in today's fast-paced world, maintaining routines can be a challenge, especially when raising our kiddos. And as parents, we must make adjustments to keep the routines. They are vital to the health and well-being of our kids. Change the time, but don't change the routine. But you know, I get it. As a parent, it's like, oh yeah, we got this. We know what to do. I've even heard people say, oh, when I have kids, it's not going to change me. I'm like, you don't know. You obviously have not had a child. If you say that, yeah, you're more than fooling yourself and you're doing a huge disservice to your child because having children will change you. And if they don't, I'm here to tell you there's a problem. And so as a parents, it's essential for us to empower our children to establish and stick to their routines, to really champion them so they can increase their productivity and success in their everyday lives as they grow and develop. We only have them for maybe, if we're blessed, 18 years. And unfortunately, you probably know people who have lost their children, possibly to a miscarriage, never being able to hold them in their arms, possibly to a horrific, tragic incident that a mother or father should never, ever have to bear witness to or experience. We don't like to talk about the hard stuff, but you can't get to where God wants you to get if you don't talk about it. Because guess what? Change is a constant. And kids challenge you. And when somebody challenges you and life challenges you, guess what? It will change you for the better or for the worse because there are consequences, good or bad. So what does your daily life look like Sunday through Saturday? What happens on Monday? What about Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday? Yay, Friday. You're like, yes, we're on the weekend. Okay, we're in the fall season. I'm all about college football. But guess what? When my kids were little, we were out there. We were doing flag football. We were doing soccer. We were doing all these different events. I didn't always get my college ball in. Now it's a little bit different. They're older. They know mama and dad, well, they like their college ball. But that doesn't mean my life revolves around it. But I can enjoy that. Where are you in your season of life when it comes to your children? Are all your children adults now? That changes how you interact with them. Do you have grandbabies? Right? How does it vary and on what days does it vary? Some people say, oh man, we practice a Sabbath. And for us, the Sabbath is on Sunday. I'm not saying for us, I'm saying for maybe you're saying that. And so I don't do much on Sunday. Now, there are other people that will say, oh, Sunday is my clean the house day because everybody else is tired. They're taking rest and I'm getting ready for the week. So I'm calm Monday through Friday. Whatever works for you. But I'm asking you to think about your routines. We'll think about our health and our habits, but we won't think about our routines. We won't sit there and say, gosh, what time do I go to bed normally? We think our watches and our rings are telling us everything. But quite frankly, are you really utilizing that data? Probably not. Imagine if you could put a watch or a ring and your child's habits and their routines would be spit out to you. What would it say? I would say a lot of it would be breeding chaos. And when you have chaos, there's no clarity. So you also know what's happening this weekend? Here in the U.S., guess what? We get to fall back. Whoop, whoop. That means you gain an hour. All right? So on Sunday, yep, you get an extra hour of sleep. I always loved it when I worked the night shifts on fallback because I'm like, oh, I get paid more money. Because it is kind of weird how that works out. It was kind of funny. And then you sit there and think, you're like, oh, the magic of time. Well, yeah, there is some magic in time. But as we know, change is a constant. And yes, there are time zones that do change. And we're being affected by that this season, right? This weekend. So don't change the routine. Empower the magic, though, of routines. That is your K.I.S.S to Keep It Simple strategy. Empower the magic of routines. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could have that Wizard of Oz moment where you pull back the curtains and it was just this total dictionary of your child needs this at this hour, at this time, at this age, at this day? Oh, that would be magnificent. But I'm here to tell you, you already have that. You're just not paying attention to it. Because Mom, Dad, you're the wizard behind the curtain. But you have to be involved in your child's life. You have to be paying attention to them. You have to notice, oh gosh, she's rubbing her eyes. She does that every single time. She gets tired. And so maybe she needs 2 naps a day. Is there anything wrong with having 2 naps a day at the age of 3? No, I don't think so. They're growing. You grow when you sleep. But there are so many parents that say, nope, I'm not going to change my life just because I have kids. They're going to adapt to me. I'm here to tell you that's not how it goes down. And if you are that parent who's saying that, which I told you it's for another episode, but I'm telling you, you got some stuff on the inside you need to work on. Seriously. Because you're coming at it from a selfish perspective. Kids change you. Kids make you better because they challenge you. They challenge your thoughts. They challenge your reasonings. They challenge your heart. And it makes everything all have to come together at one time. So what if you could implement the whole idea of the magic of routines? What would that really look like if you could be the wizard behind the curtain? Because I'm here to tell you, you can be. You truly can be. But you got to get yourself on a routine. And that's from all ages. Teens, guess what? They need sleep too. You look at studies, they need sleep. They need to be getting up later. But what's happening? At schools, they start earlier. So what? They're exhausted. Sometimes your teenager needs to come home and they need to take a power nap or 2. Help them figure it out. Don't let them struggle in silence. Routines are truly magical. So what does it look like in real life? Number 1, set clear expectations with consistency. You can communicate openly with your child about the importance of routines and how they contribute to their overall well-being and success by what? Telling them, showing them, saying, this is what we're doing. If they're to take a nap, then be in a position at home, or even if you're visiting grandma and papa, that they can take a nap. Don't sit there and say, oh, they don't have to. They'll be fine. And then you mess up their whole thing. And then you expect them to go back to school and function like a normal child and to learn things and to grow. That does not help them developmentally. Can you tell it gets underneath my skin? There's no words for it. It frustrates me. And there are so many kids out there. I mean, my mom, she was a kindergarten teacher. She has since retired. However, you can't take the kindergarten teacher out of the woman. You just cannot. And so I'll have long conversations with her about what I see in kids, what I see in my own grandkids, what I've seen in my own children, but even the ones that I served, that I mentored through Praise Kids and all the different things that I did through the church and the community and all of this, and that I still do. And I sit there and I say, gosh, I watch these families and they could be strangers to me and I'm just observing them. And I'm like, that child is like needing 3 more hours of sleep. Like, what is going on here? But the parents aren't paying attention. They're all caught up in their own world. You're missing what's right in front of you. Encourage your child to participate in creating their schedules if they're of that age. If they're an infant, they don't have a choice, right? But keep them on a schedule, for goodness sakes. If they're in the toddler stage, keep them on a schedule. They're going to sit there and kick and scream, but guess what? You can be sweet and kind and say, you know what, you need your rest, and mama will rest too with you. It's so important. Make them feel invested in their own well-being. But you've got to set those clear expectations with consistency. That doesn't mean that, on Monday through Friday morning, this is how we live. And then on Saturday and Sunday, we just kind of fly by the seat of our pants. You are doing a disservice to your child. Do you get it? It's Confessions of an Upset Mama, and this mama is a little bit of a mama bear right now. I am so tired of kids not growing to their full potential because their parents are not taking care of them. Wake up and smell the coffee. Kids change you for the better. So start taking care of what they need, not just what you think you want. Did you get that? I hope so. Now, don't send me those hate emails, but these are the tough conversations that no one's having. How many times have you called your mom? Mom, what do you think I should do with my kids at this stage? Not very many people are doing that. Some have the natural instinct. And let me say this, if you're doing this, fabulous. Pat yourself on the back and say, I am amazing. Feel good. There's nothing wrong with that. But keep doing it. Don't give up. Don't let somebody else say, come on over. It's no big deal. Nope. I'm protecting my child's growth and development. And if they cannot respect that from you, then that's for another conversation. Mom, clarity breeds consistency. Consistency ignites productivity. You want your child to be at his or her best. You give that to them by establishing routines. Set those clear expectations with consistency. Number 2, lead by example. Children learn by observing their parents, so it's crucial to exemplify good habits and routines in your own life. Again, kids change you. Show them the benefits of structure and organization through your own actions. Your children see you. Come on, Mom, wake up. Dad, are you listening? Be the example. Let consistency be the guiding light for their childhood success. Because believe it or not, you're either setting them up for failure or success. Which would you prefer? You got to lead by example. Don't try to take the easy way out and say, you know what? It's not that big of a deal. No, it is that big of a deal. Their brains cannot develop if they do not get sound sleep. Change the time. Don't change the routines. And finally, number 3, provide support and flexibility. Now, you're going to giggle at this one because routines are essential, right? But what happens when life happens? And you know that, we just can't get through this. You're right. Life can be unpredictable. And teaching your child to adapt to changes while maintaining their core routines is going to equip them with valuable life skills. So you may not be able to get in all those naps, or you may have to miss naps all in all, but guess what? Maybe you need to have a rest time involved in there. Maybe you're traveling from one place to the next. Do you know what happens after Halloween? Some people think of it as the kickoff to what? The holidays. There's a lot that happens between now and the end of the new year. Wait, I said that wrong. Now and the end of the year into the new year. And so you've got to understand, okay, this is what it looks like. If your children are of age and they literally can communicate with you verbally, you can exchange sentences and paragraphs. Okay, we're not talking about a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old. They get the idea, but they really don't understand the whole thing. Then explain it to them. Hey, we're going to be going over here to Auntie's house. I want you to rest. And that means we're just going to have music on and we're not watching a movie. You're not going to have your iPad. You're not going to be able to read your book. You need to rest your eyes. Even if you don't go to sleep, you just need to rest. Train them up so their brains can develop. And let me tell you, they're going to have better attitudes. Routines provide a solid foundation, but it's the flexibility within them that will cultivate resilience. It goes hand in hand. You're like, but Christiane, it's like, you're telling me to be consistent and then yet there's flexibility. This flexibility is not because it happens every day. That's consistency. Flexibility is those oopsies that come up. Let's say you have a weekend and someone in your family is getting married. Things are going to be a little bit different. You may not be able to get that nap at the hour that they normally have a nap or rest time. But what can you do to spur them on to say, this is what we need to do so you're going to be in a good mood so you can have fun. You're going to get to dance. You get to have cake and we're going to eat and we're going to, see all your friends and your cousins, okay? Set them up for success, for goodness sakes. Don't assume that your children can read your mind. Because let me tell you here, if you're not careful, your children will be reining you instead of you training them. Which is better? You got to train up your child. Take time to look at your life. Look at your schedule. You got 2 months to the end of the year, and then you will be ringing in a brand new year. There's no time like the present than to say, okay, you know what? Things are coming down to an end. We're going to be changing things. That's where fall back is great. We gain that hour. Maybe that hour of gaining is it's just going to be a chill time on the couch. Maybe you have a family movie time. Or it's quiet time in the house and you get a book out and everybody else goes to sleep. But let me tell you, you can rest too. Your body needs to be fed too. When you take time to look at the strategies in how you're building your routines and you actually create a supportive environment for your kiddos, wow. Not only do you help your children navigate time zone changes, but you help them overcome obstacles that are yet to come. Because it's like, wow, yeah, change is a constant. Change is always happening. So let's prepare. Let's figure this out. Be that parent who cares, who pays attention, who is observant. Don't be the lazy parent. And I'm just saying it like it is. It's confession day. I'm letting it all hang out. Because I'm getting really sick and tired of lazy parents. I'm being honest. Now, there's moments, okay, we're all lazy at one point. Okay, you've had a long week or you've had a season and you just the dishes aren't done, the laundry's not done. You've got 5 piles instead of just 2.5 piles. No problem. Okay, we get that. Where you need to be concerned is when the pattern continues over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. That means it's a daily occurrence. That means red flag, we've got a problem, Houston. Houston, we have a problem. Remember to never let the ticking clock dictate your child's potential. Don't let the ticking clock dictate your child's greatness. Empower them to own their time and their routines. Help them, serve them, love them unconditionally. You get one chance, Mom, one chance, Dad. You got this. Go in peace. Be present. Be incredible. Be you. I love you so very much. I cannot wait to see you on the other side. Blessings, hugs, and lots of love. We'll talk to you real soon. Have a glorious, blessed weekend. Bye-bye.
Feeling inspired, ready to train for life and love your journey? Visit createyournow.com for more incredible resources to help you along the way. We'll see you next time on Create Your Now, Your Best Selfie. And remember, always be sure you consult your physician before beginning any health and fitness plan.